They seem to be really focused on the pills that Bill Cosby gave to Andrea Constand and whether Constand was able to give consent. The fire is here at Bridget Foy's, which is a South Street institution open for decades. I'm going to take you straight over here to the building because you can see that these flames are still going and they're actually quite massive. So if you're getting up and getting ready to go to work, you're going to have to be doing some cleaning. And fortunately for all of us, this is a very light, fluffy snow. It just comes right off with hardly any effort at all. So obviously I can't keep up with the pack here. I'm like all the way at the end. But you guys, these guys are out here every Wednesday and Friday out in the city. Again, they're over at the Art Museum on Wednesdays, and Friday it's a surprise. This building here at 2nd and Jefferson Street really bore the brunt of the damage. Take a look. It was splashed with some paint. You can see that the windows were busted out. But as we turn around the corner, we can also see that cars were not spared from this vandalism. Take a look at this BMW here with its window smashed out. Security here is obviously extremely tight. Police actually moved us from several blocks away from where we were earlier in the newscast over here to Chambers Street, which is actually where the suspect's truck hit a school bus, ending the carnage. I'm standing right here in their backyard where you can see where this sign hit the fence here. It bounced off, and here it is. It's just about as big as I am, and the scariest part of it all is that this dropped just mere feet from where children play. This jury has deliberated for about 40 hours now. At around the 30-hour mark, they returned to the courtroom to tell Judge Stephen O'Neill that they were deadlocked. He told them to keep trying. Waiting outside the courthouse, though, the atmosphere waffled between boredom and chaos. A drum corps added to the frenzy outside the Montgomery County Courthouse on day 9 of Bill Cosby's sexual assault trial. Tensions between Cosby's accusers and supporters coming to a head amid news of a deadlocked jury.
Because I experienced it firsthand when he drugged me, when he raped me, when he threatened me to silence.
Just before 11:30 a.m., jurors returned to the courtroom to tell Judge Stephen O'Neill they were unable to come to an agreement on any of the 3 charges of aggravated indecent assault. The judge sent them back to work. Outside, reaction from both sides was swift. Cosby accuser Victoria Valentino.
I think there is somebody, perhaps, who just doesn't want to see this celebrity go down. I mean, there is such a celebrity culture.
The 79-year-old comedian's team seemed to dial back on earlier claims, signaling the impasse was good news for the defense.
When the Golden State Warriors beat the Cavs, it was a win. A win is a win. I'm not calling it a win, it's a deadlock.
Meanwhile, we got our first glimpse as to how central witness Andrea Constand passed the time. She tweeted a video of herself shooting a basket into a mini hoop, ending with the phrase, quote, "always follow through." And the judge instructed the jury to follow through and to deliberate to the point of, quote, violence. They will continue to do that at 9 a.m. It's now the hit scene round the world. Central Bucks East wide receiver Wes Verbit looked pretty unstoppable on this kick return until he encountered North Penn kicker Kelly McNamara.
I just did my job. I knocked him out of bounds.
Though Kelly is humble about it, her dad Ray says it was definitely a memorable play.
We kind of saw it developing, and I thought she might just push him out of bounds, but of course she didn't. She hit him, and the sideline and the bleachers just went nuts. It was just a really great moment.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It earned her the admiration of the opposing team, who chose her as their honoree of Hammer Hit of the Week. Fittingly, Verbit was the one to deliver the honor.
She made a great play. She's a football player, and so I suspect, and all my respect goes to her.
You're supposed to have your arm come up and straight down.
Once the clip hit the internet, Kelly became an overnight sensation, fielding interview requests from local and national media alike.
It's really overwhelming. Like today, I walked out to practice and there was 3 cameras, and usually it's just me on the field. It's not used to anything like this. It's crazy.
As North Penn High School's first female football player, Kelly says she didn't set out to be a trailblazer, but she doesn't mind being considered one.
Because it's something that I enjoy, and it's definitely a plus, but this is definitely something that I'm doing for myself more than anything else.
Bob Storanowitz was a 21-year-old Fishtown boy when he was shipped off to war. The year was 1969, the place Vietnam.
I was with the 101st Airborne, and I was a E5.
One day, a fellow soldier asked him to tag along on a laundry drop-off at an orphanage in Hue. For Bob, it became a frequent refuge in the middle of a war zone.
We would go, we would play with the kids, we would take toys, we would send home for toys and candy, and then take things to the orphanage.
Years after coming home, the Kim Long Orphanage and its children remained in his heart. Never did he imagine 47 years later, one of those children would find him in America via Facebook.
I didn't expect anything. I just was like, oh, I'm just gonna message him over and see what happens.
For Laura Satira, a war orphan, Kim Long was home, though not for long. She was adopted and raised in Brooklyn in a loving Italian family.
Growing up was definitely different for me. I mean, I was this Vietnamese kid in a very white world, but my parents always made my story extremely special.
She never felt the need to look into her roots until she had to do research for a speech. A quick search on the orphanage led her straight to Bob. Laura soon discovered Bob was there the same time she was.
To come full circle and meet someone who, like I said, you probably held 47 years ago and didn't know it. Yeah.
They decided they needed to meet again.
Hey there.
Hey, Laura, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So nice to meet you.
Oh, you too.
Bob and Laura talked about many things, including how he still stays connected to the children of Kim Long. But the story doesn't end there. In 1970, Laura had met someone else at the orphanage.
I was in the attic looking for pictures, and I found my old boots from Vietnam.
Army Lieutenant Frank Conjusta.
Laura was really cute, and she kind of knew how to get you to pick her up. Like, as soon as you walked in the room, she'd go like this. So that was how I kind of got attached to her.
This is a picture that I have of him and I in the orphanage when he used to come just visit me.
With his wife's blessing, the 22-year-old engineer adopted Laura and brought her home.
Yeah, my father was my hero. Like, that's all I could define him as.
I think she chose me more than I chose her.
3 people, once strangers in a country a world away, forever bonded by a place that changed each of their lives for the better.
It's always been my story. Like, so, I mean, I'm grateful, I guess, but just after talking to you, I just kind of realized that it's special.
In Buckingham Township, Bucks County, I'm Trang Do, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.